Watch this for 30 minutes and you'll be dangerously smart. It's that simple. Take just 30 minutes to absorb what you're about to hear, and you will emerge not just smart, but dangerously intelligent. I'm not referring to the kind of intelligence you gain from textbooks or academic institutions. This isn't about being book smart or school smart. No, I'm talking about a profound, incisive understanding of the world and the people in it. The kind of intelligence that causes a palpable shift in a room when you enter, making others subtly uneasy because they sense you perceive more than they reveal. This is the intelligence that allows you to effortlessly discern the true motives and actions of individuals, seeing beyond the veneer of their words. It's the clarity that makes you impervious to lies, manipulation, and control, liberating you from the common pitfalls that ensnare so many. For the vast majority of people, life unfolds as if they are half asleep. They tend to accept everything at face value, readily believing what they are told without critical examination. They live under the assumption that the world operates precisely according to the lessons they received in childhood or within their social circles. They often spend decades feeling bewildered and frustrated, constantly questioning why things never seem to work out as they had anticipated or as they should. The reason for this pervasive confusion is remarkably simple. They are lacking 7 crucial pieces of information, 7 fundamental mental shifts that will fundamentally alter their perception of reality. Once these powerful shifts take root in your mind, you will quite literally transform into a different person. You will begin to notice intricate patterns that others completely overlook, anticipate future outcomes that remain invisible to the untrained eye, and grasp the underlying motivations that drive human behavior, motivations to which most people are entirely blind. And this newfound insight, this deep understanding, makes you dangerous. Not in a violent or malicious sense, but dangerous in the way that signifies you cannot be taken advantage of. You cannot be easily deceived, and you certainly cannot be controlled by the same old tactics that prove effective on nearly everyone else. The individuals who profit from manipulating and controlling others absolutely despise it when someone attains this level of profound awareness, because it strips away their power and renders their elaborate schemes utterly ineffective. Before we proceed any further, I must issue a serious warning. These 7 transformative shifts are permanent. Once you witness the truths I'm about to unveil, you cannot unsee them. There's no returning to a state of naive innocence. You won't be able to pretend you don't know how the world truly functions. This powerful knowledge, however, comes with its own unique cost. You will likely experience a greater sense of isolation, feeling as though you're communicating in a different language than most people around you. You will observe uncomfortable realities that, once perceived, cannot be dismissed or forgotten. So, if your preference is to remain in a state of blissful ignorance, if you wish to continue believing that people are inherently good and that the world is fundamentally fair and just, then this is your moment to stop watching. Go back to whatever you were doing before. But if you are genuinely ready to see things with unclouded clarity, if you are truly prepared to comprehend the actual mechanics of the game of life, then keep watching. Because over the next 30 minutes, your brain will undergo a profound transformation, and by the end, you will indeed be dangerously smart. Let's begin with the very first shift. This is the cornerstone, the bedrock upon which all subsequent understandings are built. It's also the shift that most people vehemently resist, precisely because it shatters a comforting illusion they desperately cling to. Here it is. People don't mean what they say. Watch behavior, not words. They simply don't. And when I say this, I'm not implying that everyone is a malicious liar. What I mean is that words, despite their common use, are often the least reliable indicator of what someone genuinely thinks, truly feels, or actually intends to do. Words are, at their core, a performance. They are a tool people employ to carefully manage your perception of them, to construct an image they wish you to believe. Words are what people articulate in a given moment to achieve a specific outcome, to get what they desire. But almost without exception, words are not the truth. Consider for a moment how many instances there have been in your life when someone promised to do something, only to never follow through? How many times has someone declared their deep care for you, only to vanish when circumstances became challenging? How often has someone sworn to change their ways, yet remained exactly the same? Were they deliberately lying when they uttered those words? Perhaps, but it's far more probable that in that specific moment, they genuinely meant what they said. They felt it in that fleeting instant. Then, as the moment passed, the feeling often dissipated, and those once meaningful words became utterly hollow. This is because words are remarkably cheap. They carry no inherent cost. You can say absolutely anything, promise the moon and stars, and most people do exactly that. They say whatever will make them appear favorable, or secure what they want, or simply make another person stop bothering them. The astute philosopher Machiavelli recognized this profound human tendency over 5 centuries ago when he observed that men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities that he who deceives will always find someone ready to be deceived. What he truly meant by this is that people possess a strong desire to believe words. They yearn to believe promises. They desperately want to think that when someone says something, they genuinely intend it. And manipulators are acutely aware of this fundamental human weakness. They exploit it by using words to gain control over you. They will tell you precisely what you long to hear, making grand promises they have no genuine intention of keeping. And it works, time and time again, because most people accept words at face value. The vast majority operate under the assumption that if someone said it, they must mean it. But that is simply not how the world, in its raw reality, functions. So, what remarkable changes occur once you embrace this first pivotal shift? You completely cease to passively listen to what people say, and instead you begin to keenly observe what they actually do. You stop being impressed and swayed by empty promises, and your focus sharpens to notice enduring patterns of behavior. Someone tells you they'll call you back. Do they actually do it? Someone claims to value you. Do their actions consistently reflect that sentiment? Someone assures you they're going to change. Do they genuinely transform, or do they merely repeat the same empty promise repeatedly? When you stop allowing yourself to be swayed by words and begin to put your trust solely in consistent behavior, everything suddenly becomes crystal clear. You are no longer mired in confusion. You stop agonizing and wondering why someone who professes to care about you continues to inflict pain. You see the unvarnished truth. They don't truly care. Their words articulate one narrative, but their actions tell an entirely different story. And actions, always, are the truth. But here is a profound aspect that most people fail to grasp, the element that imbues this shift with such incredible power. Once you stop placing your belief in mere words, you become extraordinarily difficult to manipulate. This is because the overwhelming majority of manipulation is verbal. It's built on promises, on carefully constructed explanations, on elaborate justifications, on individuals talking their way out of responsibility and accountability. If you simply do not believe the words, the manipulation crumbles and becomes ineffective. You will calmly look at the consistent pattern of their behavior. You will observe what they actually do, and you will make your decisions based solely on that tangible reality. This utterly infuriates manipulators, as they are accustomed to people readily accepting their smooth explanations and elaborate narratives. They are used to their words being a potent tool, but when they encounter someone who bases their understanding solely on observed behavior, manipulators find themselves disarmed and powerless. They can talk endlessly, but it will have no impact. You are watching what they do, and what they do reveals everything you need to know. So, that is the first foundational shift. People don't mean what they say. Watch behavior, not words. And once you truly internalize this profound truth, once you cease taking anyone at their mere word and dedicate yourself to observing their consistent patterns of behavior, you have taken the crucial first step toward becoming dangerously smart. However, simply knowing that people often don't mean what they say is not enough. You might still find yourself utterly confused about the deeper motivations behind their actions. Why do people make promises they consistently fail to keep? Why do individuals so frequently say one thing and then proceed to do another? Why do people inflict pain upon the very individuals they claim to love? And that brings us to the second shift, the one that, once understood, illuminates and explains virtually all human behavior. And this particular shift is even more challenging to accept than the first. Here it is. Everyone operates from self-interest. Everyone. There are absolutely no exceptions to this rule. And before you immediately become defensive, before you mentally compile a list of all the selfless acts you've performed, or begin thinking of genuinely good people you know, please hear me out completely. I am not suggesting that people are inherently evil. I am not claiming that individuals are incapable of caring for others. What I am asserting is that at the core of every single decision made by every single person, there is an underlying calculation. The unspoken question is always, what's in this for me? Even in moments when people appear to be astonishingly generous, even when they are acting with profound kindness, even when they are making significant sacrifices, there is always something they are gaining from the situation. Perhaps it's the deeply satisfying feeling of feeling good about themselves, a boost to their self-esteem. Perhaps it's about meticulously building or maintaining a positive reputation. It could be a way to avoid feelings of guilt or regret. It might even be a strategic move to create an obligation in another person. But there is always something, without fail. And this isn't a criticism of human nature. It's simply an accurate description of how human beings are wired. We are fundamentally designed for survival. And survival, by its very definition, necessitates prioritizing our own needs and well-being. Even when we extend help to others, we are doing so because it serves us in some capacity. Perhaps it aligns with our deeply held values. Perhaps it bolsters our self-image. Perhaps it serves our long-term interests or secures our position. But make no mistake, it serves us. And once you truly grasp this, once you genuinely see this truth with crystal clarity, everything else falls into place. People are no longer perplexing or confusing. Instead, they become remarkably predictable. Because if you can accurately identify what someone's self-interest is, you can almost always predict their subsequent actions. Consider someone in your life who has deeply disappointed you, someone who let you down significantly, or someone who chose their own interests over yours. Were you genuinely surprised by their actions? Were you deeply hurt? Did you harbor the belief that they cared about you more than they actually did? Now revisit that specific situation and view it through the uncompromising lens of self-interest. What did they stand to gain by choosing you? And conversely, what might they have lost by choosing themselves? When you perform this mental calculation, their decision, no matter how painful it was to you, makes perfect, logical sense from their perspective. They did what was best for them. They always do. Everyone always does. And the reason you experienced hurt was because you mistakenly believed they would choose you. But why would they, unless it served their own interests? What was truly in it for them? If the answer is genuinely nothing, then of course they didn't choose you. This isn't personal. It's simply how human beings operate. Machiavelli famously wrote that men never do good unless necessity drives them to it. What he meant was that people don't act morally purely because morality holds inherent importance to them. They act morally when it unequivocally benefits them to do so. This occurs when there's significant social pressure, when there are tangible legal consequences at stake, or when their reputation and standing are on the line. But when nobody is watching, when there are no immediate consequences, when they believe they can get away with it, most people will unhesitatingly do what serves them, rather than what is objectively right. And this isn't necessarily because people are inherently bad. It's because people are human, and humans are fundamentally self-interested. That isn't a flaw in our design, it's a fundamental feature. It's the mechanism of survival. So, what powerful changes manifest once you make this second profound shift? You cease being surprised by people's actions. You stop being deeply hurt by acts of betrayal because you understand that betrayal isn't personal. It's simply someone choosing their own interest over yours. And from their perspective, why wouldn't they? You stop naively expecting people to sacrifice for you unless you have clearly made it worth their while. You abandon the notion that loyalty is an automatic or unconditional given. Instead, you grasp that loyalty exists primarily when it serves the mutual benefit of both parties involved. And the precise moment it ceases to serve one party's interest, that loyalty inevitably dissolves. This might sound incredibly cynical. It might even sound dark. But it is in fact simply realistic. And once you operate from this clear understanding, you will begin to make far better decisions in your life. You will stop foolishly trusting individuals who have absolutely no rational reason to be trustworthy. You will cease being shocked when people prioritize themselves. You will begin to cultivate and build relationships based on concrete mutual benefit, rather than fragile hope or untested assumptions. And here's the truly empowering aspect of this shift. When you fully comprehend that everyone operates from self-interest, and this crucial understanding includes yourself, you stop feeling a crushing burden of guilt about prioritizing your own needs. You stop constantly apologizing for establishing clear and healthy boundaries. You stop sacrificing yourself relentlessly for people who, deep down, you know would never do the same for you. Because you realize that genuine self-interest is not a selfish flaw. It is, in fact, the very engine of survival and well-being. The individuals who are truly succeeding, the people who are genuinely thriving in this world, understood this principle a very long time ago. They are not sitting around wondering why others don't appreciate their sacrifices. Instead, they are making astute, strategic decisions based on what authentically serves them, and they are doing so without apology, because they know, implicitly, that everyone else is doing precisely the same thing. They are simply more honest about it. So, that is the second shift. Everyone operates from self-interest. Once you see this truth, people's actions suddenly make profound sense. Their behavior becomes logical, and you stop being perpetually confused about why people do what they do. But even with this deeper understanding of self-interest, you might still remain vulnerable. You might still think, okay, I'll just work harder than everyone else. I'll be better than everyone else. I'll simply earn what I deserve through sheer effort. And that brings us directly to the third shift. This is the shift that utterly shatters the comforting fairy tale you were carefully told as a child. It's the one that forces you to realize that the game of life, in many fundamental ways, is rigged. And once you truly see this, you cannot and will not go back to believing in the simplistic notions of merit, justice, or inherent fairness. Here it is. Fairness is a lie they tell children. The world rewards leverage, timing, and ruthlessness, not merit. The world is not fair. It has never been fair. And candidly, the world will never be fair. The individuals who ultimately succeed in life are often not the ones who are the most deserving in a conventional sense. Instead, they are the individuals who possess a clear understanding of how to win within an inherently unfair system. Think back to every instance you've witnessed someone demonstrably less qualified receive a promotion over someone who was clearly more competent and deserving. Remember every time you've observed someone with powerful connections effortlessly achieve success, while an individual with immense talent and dedication struggled endlessly. Recall every occasion where relentless hard work went completely unrewarded, while sheer luck or strategic positioning was celebrated as brilliance. You probably dismissed these as exceptions, as flukes, as isolated instances of unfairness, believing that eventually justice and fairness would prevail. But these are not exceptions. They are, in fact, the fundamental rule. The world does not primarily reward diligent hard work in isolation. It rewards leverage, the ability to influence outcomes from a position of strength. It rewards impeccable timing, being in the right place at precisely the right moment. It rewards cultivating relationships with the right people. And sometimes, let's be brutally honest, it rewards being ruthless enough to simply take what you want, rather than waiting politely for it to be offered. Machiavelli grasped this comprehensively. He wrote that, "How we live is so far removed from how we ought to live, that he who abandons what is done for what ought to be done will rather learn to bring about his own ruin than his preservation." What he is unequivocally stating is that if you persist in playing by the rules of how things should ideally work, instead of confronting the reality of how things actually work, you are guaranteed to lose. The people who sit around constantly complaining, "This isn't fair, this isn't right, this isn't how it should be," are the very people who remain perpetually stuck. They are waiting for the world to magically become fair. They are waiting for merit to suddenly matter above all else. They are waiting for their hard work in isolation to be enough. And while they wait, other, more astute individuals are actively playing the actual game. The game of leverage, the game of cultivating crucial relationships, the game of seizing impeccable timing and opportunity, and yes, sometimes simply taking what they desire without seeking anyone's permission. Consider for a moment how much valuable energy you have wasted being angry about perceived unfairness, about how someone else seemingly got something you deserved, about how the system is fundamentally broken, about how things should be different. All that expended energy, all that consuming anger, all that corrosive resentment, it changed absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. The system genuinely doesn't care that you believe it's unfair. The system consistently rewards the people who truly understand how it actually works, not how it should theoretically work, but how it does work in practice. And once you internalize this shift, once you completely stop expecting fairness and start bracing for reality, you can finally begin to win. Because you are no longer handicapping yourself with the shackles of should, or playing by imaginary rules that simply do not exist. Instead, you are keenly observing what truly gets rewarded, and you are aligning your actions accordingly. So, what critical changes occur once you make this third shift? You stop passively waiting for things to be fair. You stop expecting your hard work alone to speak for itself. You stop deluding yourself into thinking that merely being good at your job is sufficient. You grasp that you fundamentally need leverage. You need visibility. You need to cultivate strategic relationships. You need impeccable timing. And sometimes, you need to be willing to do things that other people might consider unfair. Not illegal, not immoral, but undeniably strategic. This could mean taking direct credit for your own hard work, instead of silently hoping someone notices it. It might involve proactively building strong relationships with key decision-makers, rather than naively hoping merit alone will be enough. It could mean courageously leaving a job that doesn't genuinely value you, instead of faithfully hoping that your loyalty will eventually be rewarded. It means playing the game that actually exists, rather than clinging to the game you wish existed. And here's a truth that nobody tells you. The people at the very top, the individuals who possess immense money, power, and influence, they all know the world isn't fair. They have always known this, and that, precisely, is why they consistently win. They are not playing by the rules of some idealized fairness. They are playing by the unyielding rules of reality. And reality, as you will discover, is often ruthless. Reality rewards leverage. Reality rewards being in the right place at the right time with the right people. Reality rewards seizing opportunities that other people are too principled or too hesitant to take. And you can either sit there and label that unfair. You can sit there and declare, that's not how it should be. Or you can choose to accept that this is simply how it is and begin actively playing the game that actually exists. Because complaining endlessly about unfairness changes nothing. But understanding precisely how to win within an unfair system changes absolutely everything. So that is the third shift. Fairness is a lie. The world rewards leverage, timing, and ruthlessness, not merit. And once you truly accept this, once you internalize this reality, you stop wasting precious energy on corrosive resentment and begin channeling that energy into strategically positioning yourself for success. But even understanding that the world is inherently unfair doesn't fully prepare you for what lies ahead, because you might still think, okay, the world is unfair, but at least everyone is playing by the same basic set of rules. At least we all have to follow the laws. At least we all operate under the same fundamental constraints. And that brings us to the fourth shift. This is the one that reveals not only that the world is unfair, but that different people are in fact playing by entirely different sets of rules. Here it is. The rules don't apply to everyone. There are distinct rules for regular people, and there are entirely different rules for powerful people, and they are absolutely not the same rules. Regular people are expected to meticulously follow the rules. They must diligently pay their taxes. They are expected to arrive on time. They must be polite and deferential. They have to ask for permission. They are compelled to wait their turn. They get summarily fired if they break the rules of their employment. They get arrested and prosecuted if they break the law. The system relentlessly enforces rules upon regular people, constantly and with significant consequences. But powerful people, that's an entirely different narrative. Powerful people consistently break rules, bend regulations, and ignore constraints all the time. They cut corners, they disregard established regulations, they subtly bend laws to their advantage. They make promises they have absolutely no intention of keeping, and often, nothing of consequence happens to them. This is because the rules, in their fundamental design, exist primarily to control the powerless, not to genuinely constrain the powerful. Think about virtually every major scandal you've ever witnessed. Wealthy individuals cheating on their taxes, politicians lying under oath, CEOs flagrantly breaking labor laws. What was the ultimate outcome for them? Really, what truly happened? Perhaps they paid a fine that amounted to a mere fraction of what they gained. Perhaps they received a symbolic slap on the wrist. Or perhaps, often, nothing at all. Because the system is meticulously designed to punish individuals who cannot afford top-tier lawyers, people who lack powerful connections, individuals who possess no significant leverage. But if you have substantial money, if you wield true power, if you have cultivated the right relationships, then the rules transform from immutable laws into mere suggestions. They become obstacles you can skillfully navigate around, principles you can cleverly negotiate, or even regulations you can outright ignore, provided the potential benefit outweighs the calculated risk. Machiavelli astutely observed that a wise prince cannot, and should not, keep his word, when such observance may be turned against him, and when the reasons that caused him to pledge it no longer exist. What he is saying is that powerful individuals do not adhere to rules when those rules cease to serve their interests. They abide by rules when it benefits them, and they unhesitatingly break rules when it benefits them, secure in the knowledge that they possess the resources and influence to avoid serious consequences. This isn't some outlandish conspiracy theory. It's not a hidden secret. This is simply the fundamental reality of how power operates. The people who hold power are the ones who write the rules, and they write them in a way that effectively constrains everyone else, while always leaving themselves ample loopholes. This pattern is evident in every system, every society, every fundamental structure. So, what transforms once you make this fourth profound shift? You cease handicapping yourself with rules that powerful people openly disregard. You stop being the solitary individual playing fair in a game where virtually no one else is playing by the same ethical code. You stop mistakenly believing that meticulously following every single rule is what differentiates you from bad people. Because the individuals who are genuinely winning are not following all the rules. They are following the rules that truly matter, the ones that carry undeniable and real consequences, and they are expertly bending or outright breaking the ones that do not. This does not by any means suggest you should become a criminal. What it means is that you must shed your naivete about the actual game you are truly immersed in. Stop believing that being a dutiful rule follower makes you inherently virtuous. It simply makes you controllable. And here lies the truly dangerous aspect of this shift. Once you clearly perceive that the rules do not apply equally to everyone, you are faced with a crucial decision. Do you persist in blindly following rules that are demonstrably handicapping you, while everyone else is strategically cutting corners and bending norms? Or do you begin to be profoundly strategic about which rules you choose to follow, and which rules you choose to bend to your advantage? Most people find this question deeply unsettling and difficult to confront. They desperately want to believe they are good people, and good people in their minds always follow rules. But Machiavelli would emphatically tell you that good people often finish last. Not because being good is inherently wrong, but because playing by a set of rules that virtually no one else is following is quite frankly stupid. The rules exist to control you, not to create universal fairness, not to ensure justice, but to control you. And once you recognize that stark reality, cannot possibly return to blindly following them. So, that is the fourth shift. The rules don't apply to everyone. Powerful people constantly break rules and frequently face no serious consequences. And once you truly see this, you realize that diligently following every single rule is merely volunteering yourself to be controlled. But even understanding that the game has vastly different rules for different people still doesn't fully prepare you for the next critical shift. Because even if you know the world is unfair and the rules are rigged, you might still cling to the belief that you can implicitly trust the people closest to you. You might think you know with certainty who your real friends are. You might believe you can definitively tell who is genuinely on your side and who is not. And that brings us directly to the fifth shift. This is the one that will compel you to question everyone. Here it is. Your enemies pretend to be friends. The people who are destined to hurt you the most are rarely strangers. They are not easily identifiable, overt enemies. Instead, they are the individuals who smile warmly at you, the ones who assure you they have your back, the people who skillfully act as if they genuinely care about your well-being, because that is precisely how betrayal operates. You cannot, by definition, be truly betrayed by an enemy. Betrayal can only come from someone you implicitly trusted, someone you allowed close to you. And the individuals who harbor intentions to take from you, to compete with you, or to subtly undermine you, they know this fundamental truth. So, they deliberately get close. They act friendly and supportive. They meticulously learn your weaknesses, your vulnerabilities, and your deepest aspirations. They patiently wait for the opportune moment, and then, without warning, they strike. And you never saw it coming, because you were absolutely convinced they were on your team, a trusted ally. Think back to every painful instance you've experienced being backstabbed, every time someone you genuinely trusted suddenly turned against you. Were they obvious enemies before that betrayal? No. They were friends or colleagues, or individuals you had helped, people you had confided in, people you believed were undeniably loyal. And then they weren't. And you were left in shock, utterly blindsided, because you simply didn't anticipate it. But here's the crucial point. The warning signs were always there. You just didn't want to see them. Because seeing them would have necessitated admitting that someone you trusted and cared about was, in reality, a potential threat. And most people would rather remain comfortably blind than confront that uncomfortable truth. But staying blind doesn't offer protection. It merely transforms you into an easier target. Machiavelli again reminds us that men are so simple that the deceiver will always find someone ready to be deceived. What he truly meant is that people possess an innate desire to trust. They want to believe that their friends are truly their friends. They want to believe that others are being honest and forthright with them. And deceivers, the manipulators of the world, are keenly aware of this human inclination. So, they skillfully use your natural trust against you. They cultivate closeness. They learn your secrets, your hopes, your fears. They discover what you deeply value. They meticulously figure out your weaknesses and insecurities. And then they leverage all of that intimate information to either take from you, or to compete viciously with you, or to outright sabotage your efforts. And the entire time, they are smiling. The entire time they are acting as if they are your closest confidant, because that deceptive disguise is precisely the one that works most effectively. So, what fundamental changes occur once you make this fifth shift? You stop blindly trusting people simply because they are nice to you. You stop assuming that someone who smiles warmly at you is automatically on your side. Instead, you begin to vigilantly watch for consistent patterns of behavior. Does this person genuinely celebrate your triumphs, Or do they subtly seem bothered or diminished by them? Does this person support you only when it costs them nothing? Or do they stand by you even when it's inconvenient or requires a personal sacrifice? Does this person meticulously keep your secrets, or do your private revelations somehow always end up being shared in ways that ultimately harm you? When you stop taking surface-level friendliness at face value and start demanding actual, proven loyalty through actions, you gain the ability to clearly discern who is truly authentic and who is merely performing a role. And you will realize that most people are performing. And here is the most challenging and perhaps heartbreaking part of this shift. You realize that you cannot actually trust most people. Not because everyone is inherently evil or malicious, but because the vast majority of people will ultimately choose themselves over you when it truly matters. Most people will offer a friendly smile while simultaneously competing with you. Most people will be your friend, right up until the moment that being your friend costs them something significant. And once you truly perceive this, you become incredibly selective about who you allow yourself to trust, exceedingly selective about the information you choose to share, and remarkably selective about who you permit to get close to you. Because you come to understand a critical truth. Proximity is danger. The closer someone is to you, the greater their capacity to inflict harm. And you will find that most people are simply not worthy of that level of proximity. Most people are, in essence, friendly enemies, smiling politely while they patiently await an opportune moment. So, that is the fifth shift. Your enemies pretend to be friends. The people who will ultimately betray you are often the very individuals who are currently close to you. And once you clearly see this, you become immensely careful about who you allow into your inner circle. But even knowing that people around you might pose a threat doesn't fully protect you, because you might then think, okay, I'll just be strong, I'll be tough, I won't show any weakness. And that brings us directly to the sixth shift. This is the one about what happens, inevitably, when you do show weakness. And this truth is brutal. Here it is: weakness invites attack. The conventional wisdom of the world often tells you that being vulnerable is brave, that openly displaying your struggles makes you more authentically human, and that asking for help is a sign of true strength. And in a truly perfect world, perhaps that would indeed be the case. But this is not a perfect world. This is a world teeming with predators, individuals who are constantly seeking an advantage, looking for opportunities to exploit. And predators do not, under any circumstances, respect vulnerability. They exploit it. When you openly display weakness, you are not building deeper connections. You are, in fact, painting a clear target on yourself. You are showing people precisely where your weak spots are, where they can effectively strike. You are willingly providing them with invaluable information about how to hurt you, how to manipulate you, or how to control you. And some people, certainly not everyone, but a significant number of individuals, will absolutely, unhesitatingly use that information against you. Think back to a time when you genuinely opened up to someone about a deeply held fear or a profound insecurity. And then later, perhaps during an argument or a difficult moment, that exact piece of vulnerable information was weaponized and used against you. They knew it would inflict pain because you, yourself, had told them it would hurt. You effectively handed them the weapon. You revealed where you were soft and unprotected, and they meticulously filed that information away until they needed it most. This is the grim reality of what happens when you are vulnerable with the wrong people. Your honesty in such cases transforms into ammunition. Your openness becomes a glaring weakness. And weakness, in a ruthlessly competitive world, is almost invariably punished. Not necessarily because people are inherently evil, but because people are strategic. And if they perceive an opportunity to gain an advantage by striking you where you are weak, some of them undoubtedly will seize it. Machiavelli famously declared that it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. What he meant is that people, at a fundamental level, respect strength far more than they respect vulnerability. When people genuinely fear you, not in a tyrannical sense, but when they know that crossing you will have undeniable consequences, they treat you with caution and deference. They will think twice, perhaps even thrice, before betraying you. They will not dare to test your boundaries. But when people perceive you as weak, when they believe you will not fight back, when they think you will simply absorb the blow and continue to be nice, they have absolutely no compelling reason to treat you well. Weakness invites disrespect. Weakness invites exploitation. Weakness invites attack. Not from everyone, certainly, but from a sufficient number of individuals that you must exercise extreme caution. So, what critical changes occur once you make this sixth shift? You stop oversharing your personal life. You stop broadcasting all your problems to everyone you meet. You stop actively seeking sympathy or validation. You understand profoundly that most people genuinely do not care about your struggles. They are either utterly indifferent, or they are meticulously filing that information away for potential use against you at a later date. You become significantly more guarded. You reserve the sharing of your struggles only for those rare individuals who have unequivocally proven, through consistent action, that they will not weaponize that information against you. And you will quickly discover that this is a very small, select group. For the vast majority of people, you project strength. You demonstrate competence. You clearly show that crossing you, challenging you, or disrespecting you is a very bad idea. Not because you are mean or malicious, but because you grasp the fundamental truth that in a world populated by predators, appearing to be prey guarantees that you will be consumed. And here's what this looks like in practical application. You do not complain about your problems at work. You quietly and efficiently solve them. You do not confide in casual acquaintances about your insecurities. You diligently work on them privately. You do not publicly broadcast your failures. You learn from them in silence and emerge stronger. Because every single time you reveal weakness publicly, you are, by definition, lowering your status. You are diminishing your perceived value in the eyes of others. You are inadvertently giving your competitors a distinct advantage. You are making yourself an undeniable target. And the individuals who are truly winning, the people who are genuinely thriving in life, they profoundly understand this principle. They keep their struggles private. They consistently project strength publicly, not because they don't struggle, for everyone does, but because they know, with absolute certainty, that revealing their struggles is inherently dangerous. So, that is the sixth shift. Weakness invites attack. The world does not reward vulnerability, it punishes it. And once you truly see this, you become immensely careful about what you reveal and to whom you reveal it. But even understanding all six of these profound shifts, even seeing with absolute clarity how the world actually works beneath its deceptive surface, there remains one more crucial shift. This is the biggest one, the one that seamlessly ties everything together. It is the shift that ultimately determines whether you remain a perpetual victim of these harsh realities, or whether you transform into someone who skillfully leverages these realities to win. And this is the shift that decisively separates people who merely understand the game from people who actively play and master the game. Here it is. You're in a game, whether you play or not. Some people harbor the illusion that by deliberately refusing to play games, by rejecting strategic thinking, by consciously opting out of competition, they are somehow rising above it all. They believe they are not playing dirty. They are not being manipulative. They are simply being authentic and naively hoping that authenticity alone will be sufficient. But here is the brutal, undeniable truth. You are unequivocally in the game, whether you consciously choose to play or not. Other people are most certainly playing. Other people are being profoundly strategic. Other people are diligently positioning themselves for advantage. Other people are building powerful alliances, subtly undermining their competitors and seizing every opportunity that arises. And if you are not actively engaging in these strategic actions, you are not maintaining a neutral stance. You are, in fact, losing. Because refusing to play doesn't magically remove you from the game. It simply relegates you to the role of a mere piece on the board, rather than an active player. Consider your own workplace, for instance. Do you honestly believe that the individuals who consistently get promoted are simply the ones who do the best work and passively hope someone notices? Or are they the people who proactively ensure their work gets seen, who diligently build strong relationships with key decision-makers, who strategically position themselves for every opportunity, who make calculated, strategic moves? They are playing the game, and if you are not playing, you are by default the person they are playing against. You are the individual who gets passed over for promotions, the person who gets blindsided by unexpected changes, the one who perpetually wonders why things never seem to work out, even though you felt you did everything right. But you did everything right according to the rules you think exist. Those, however, are not the actual rules of engagement. The actual rules are stark. Be strategic or be used. Play the game or be reduced to a piece in someone else's game. Machiavelli's wisdom resonates here. You must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. What he meant is that you require two distinct types of intelligence. You need the keen insight of a fox to discern the intricate game being played, the traps, the manipulations, the underlying strategies. That is the fox. And you need to be strong enough, fierce enough, and strategic enough to avoid becoming a victim of those traps. That is the lion. You cannot simply be smart in a passive, observational way. You cannot merely see what is happening around you. You must also be willing to actively fight back, to play your own game, to employ the same strategic maneuvers that are being used against you. Because if you merely see the game but stubbornly refuse to play, you are still losing. You are simply losing with your eyes wide open. So, what profound transformations occur once you make this seventh and final shift? You stop pretending you are not embroiled in a constant competition. You stop foolishly acting as if being nice and working hard are, in themselves, effective strategies for success. You start being utterly intentional in your actions. You begin to thoughtfully consider how you are perceived by others, what kinds of relationships you are strategically building, and for what specific opportunities you are actively positioning yourself. You begin playing chess while everyone else is still playing checkers. You think 3, 4, even 5 moves ahead. You comprehend that every single interaction you have is either subtly building your position of strength or imperceptibly weakening it. You stop being passive and reactive. You stop idly waiting for things to happen to you. You start proactively making things happen, not in an overtly aggressive or fake manner, but in a deeply strategic and authentic way. You grasp, fundamentally, that you are in a game, and games inherently have winners and losers, and refusing to play simply means you are making a conscious choice to lose. And here is the most liberating and empowering part of this shift. Once you unequivocally accept that you are in a game, you stop feeling a crippling sense of guilt about playing strategically. You stop believing that positioning yourself for success makes you a bad person. You stop endlessly apologizing for prioritizing yourself and your own well-being, because you realize with absolute clarity that everyone else is doing it. They're just not openly admitting it. They are playing the game while skillfully pretending they are not playing. And that ironically makes them liars. You, on the other hand, are playing the game while being completely honest with yourself about what you are doing. And that, my friend, makes you truly dangerous, in the most powerful sense of the word, because you are not confused. You are not conflicted by internal doubts. You see the entire board. You see all the pieces. You see all the potential moves. And you make your decisions based on what actually works, not on what you wish would work in some idealized fantasy. So that is the seventh and ultimate shift. You're in a game whether you play or not. And refusing to play simply means other people are playing you. Once you see this truth, once you truly internalize this reality, you cannot go back to being passive. You cannot go back to merely hoping things will miraculously work out. You are compelled to become a player. You are compelled to be strategic. You are compelled to think deeply about the game you are in and how to win it. Because the alternative is spending your entire life wondering, in perpetual confusion, why everyone else seems to be getting ahead while you remain stuck. And the answer is devastatingly simple. They are playing, and you are not. And games, by their very nature, do not reward people who refuse to participate. They reward people who play well, with skill and strategy. So now you possess all 7 transformative shifts. Allow me to summarize them for you concisely. People don't mean what they say. Watch behavior, not words. Everyone operates from self-interest, including you. Fairness is a lie. The world rewards leverage, timing, and ruthlessness, not just merit. The rules don't apply to everyone. Powerful people break them constantly and often face no consequences. Your enemies pretend to be friends. Trust carefully and selectively. Weakness invites attack. Project strength. You're in a game whether you play or not, so play strategically and decisively. These 7 powerful shifts have now taken root in your brain over the last 30 minutes. You perceive the world differently now. You see people with new eyes. You even see yourself in a transformed light. And you cannot for a moment go back to not knowing this. You cannot revert to being naive. And here's the final crucial thing I need you to understand. This deep knowledge, this profound clarity, will likely make you feel lonely at times, because you are going to look around you and realize with startling clarity that most people simply do not see what you see. Most people are still operating from the comfortable lies and illusions. They still genuinely believe that people mean what they say. They still believe, against all evidence, that the world is inherently fair. They still think that meticulously following all the rules is enough to succeed. They still believe their friends are truly, unconditionally their friends. They still mistakenly think that showing vulnerability and weakness builds authentic connection. They still believe they are not in a game at all, and you cannot effectively explain this to them because they are not ready to hear it. They do not want to see it. They desire to remain comfortably ensconced in their delusions. They want to keep believing in the comforting fairy tale. And if you attempt to shake them awake, to reveal these harsh truths, they will label you cynical. They will call you dark. They will dismiss you as negative. Because seeing clearly, seeing the world as it truly is, often appears like negativity to individuals who desperately wish to remain blind. But you are not negative, you are realistic. You are not cynical, you are profoundly informed. You are not dark, you are unequivocally dangerous. And dangerous is precisely what you need to be in this world, because being dangerous in this context means you cannot be lied to. You cannot be manipulated. You cannot be controlled by external forces. You see the game, you see all the players, you see the intricate moves being made, and now you have a choice. Do you choose to use this powerful knowledge solely to protect yourself, or do you choose to use it to proactively win? Do you play defense, or do you transition to playing offense? Do you simply avoid the traps, or do you begin to strategically set some of your own? That monumental decision is entirely up to you, but what you absolutely cannot do is go back to not knowing. The shifts have occurred. Your brain has changed irrevocably. You are undeniably dangerously smart now. So here is my direct challenge to you. Look at your life right now in this very moment with these 7 powerful shifts firmly in mind. Who in your life consistently says one thing and then does another? Who in your life is operating purely from self-interest while skillfully pretending to care deeply about you? Where in your life are you currently expecting a level of fairness that simply does not exist? What rules are you diligently following that everyone else around you is openly breaking or bending? Who in your life is expertly pretending to be a friend but is, in reality, a ruthless competitor? Where are you currently showing weakness that is being subtly, or not so subtly, exploited? And what game are you currently involved in that you have been stubbornly refusing to play? Answer these questions with brutal honesty, because the answers will illuminate exactly why you are where you are in life and precisely what you need to change to get to where you truly want to be. And if these 7 shifts have indeed resonated with you, if you genuinely see the world through a different lens now than you did 30 minutes ago, then please, write in the comments below, "I see it now." Let's discover how many people here are truly ready to stop being mere pieces on the board and start being active, strategic players. Let's see how many people are ready to shed their naivete and embrace the power of being dangerous. Because the world doesn't need more nice people who are easily exploited. It needs more people who see clearly, who understand how things actually work, and who are strategic enough to win in a game that was rigged against them from the very beginning. That, my friends, is what being dangerously smart truly means. And if you have made it this far, you are now one of us. Welcome to Seeing Clearly. It may be lonely at times, but it is undeniably powerful. And don't forget to keep watching the next video. It's important, much more than you imagine. See you there.